Mr. Pete, you got a bobble box going on there or something, have you? What are you doing?
Sorry, I had a bit of delay there and I had some fuzz going on and...
This is a mega demo of about 57 different pedals here, so check in the timestamps below if you want to fast forward to your favourite pedal. And in no particular order, Pete and I are going to try and go through this range of new pedals that we've started stocking from America from a company called Big Joe.
Big Joe!
I've heard of them a few times actually over the years, and according to their website, they've been designing and making pedals in the good old US of A for 40 years.
40 years? That's a long time, man.
I think I'm actually most familiar. I don't want to take the cellophane off the top of this. I think I'm most familiar. I see a lot of these little things on people's boards, which are rechargeable, really small 9-volt power supplies.
Yes.
That you can power pedals off of, and even power, USB devices off of as well.
Charge your
and
phone,
it's got
perhaps.
a really, really impossibly clear, well, that's the wrong word, isn't it? Like, it's impossible to misunderstand is what I mean. How much juice you got left, because it just on the top.
You can turn it on. You can turn it on.
Tells you. Has it got juice in it already?
On switch. No, I said the little on switch there where your finger is. You can't see it because it's on the cellophane.
Oh yeah.
And then you get it says Big Joe when you turn it on.
Big Joe. No, there's no charge in this, Pete. It doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
turn
there
it
is.
on and then click
Big
it.
Joe. Big Joe. And it tells me I've got nothing plugged into it at the moment, so it doesn't tell me. But there we are. I thought that was cool, and I see these on lots of boards. So
yes, super little thing.
They're in stock, but
super little thing.
Here we go, pedals.
Yes, darling.
We appear to have a selection of pedals in either a 300 series or a 400 series.
8, 9.
300 seems to suggest that it'll be the slightly smaller enclosure with only 3 knobs on it, and 400 seems to suggest it'll be in a bigger enclosure with perhaps 4 knobs on it. And they're outrageously affordable, these. They start from about 60 quid, don't they, Pete?
Yeah, 69 quid.
And when they're, you can feel they are chunky.
These are the first time we haven't really had to use anything underneath, sticky to stick them. They just...
So here we go. Pete, this is the 30-second per pedal challenge with periodic jams as we go through.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you first of all, because I've started using compressors on my board recently. They do the B308 compressor. Here's a guitar sound without it. And then with it, you get that. And it's got a compression knob, output, tone, and 3 controls for attack, release, and range. And you can definitely feel, once you start to wind this up, it's got that, you can feel that hard, do you call it hard knee compression or something, but where it kicks in really fast, and then the note sort of blooms
ratio
out
and aspects,
a little bit from there. But Go, your turn. What have you got on your board next?
I've got this, the Freakshow Fuzz, the silicon version, and it's got on the top a tone, fuzz, output, then it's got a bias pot, it's got a trim, and it's got a buffer on and off. And this is my clean tone. And this is the Freakshow Fuzz silicon on.
Freak it out!
Freakshow! With the buffer off.
Lose all the treble, don't you, when you take the buffer off?
You do. Here's the trim all the way up. Fuzz all the way up. And then if you turn the bias all the way up, you get this.
That must be like a reverse bias thing then, isn't it? So as you turn it up, you're feeding less juice to the fuzz, and therefore it's getting more spitty.
I love that.
Have you got both the fuzzes then? I thought I took a fuzz, but
I got both.
You got both. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sneaky.
So which one was that? Silicon or
that
germanium?
Was a silicon Freakshow Fuzz, the silicon one.
Well, I'm going to go next in then. I hope you're in. If you want sort of longer form versions of these, I don't know, you'll have to comment below and we'll see what we can do. Or head on over to the Big Joe website, maybe you'll see stuff. So Vintage 2, I pulled this out as the first drive, I don't know, I guess the name appealed to me, and I really, really like it. So it's a very simple tone drive and output, but it's got this sort of four-stage, character setting. So you've got everything from is clean.
Nice.
And yeah, it's very authentic sounding, I think. A little bit more honky in the mid-range in the second character position. You can hear if I use a hotter pickup, it's got there's actually quite a bit of gain in there, but next character position. And finally, so you choose a character that suits your guitar and suits your amp, and that, to me, is a pretty authentic sounding natural drive tone.
Sounds like straight an amp.
So yeah,
gain.
and that's vintage 2. I'm not sure what the difference is between vintage 2 and 1, but
here's the vintage. It's just called the vintage, the R403. It's got a present knob on the top here instead of a tone. You don't see that very often. Then it's got a drive and an output.
I apologise. So's mine. Sorry, I thought it was tone, but it's presence.
Presence, yeah. You just need to be present. And then you got a shape knob with is just a one-click thing. Here's the clean tone, and here is the vintage. It's good, isn't it?
Fun and natural sounding.
Yeah, it's like all of those words that you you know that you want to say. And here's the shape on.
More grunt.
It fats at the lower end up. Present. A bit more drive. Ah! That's a. That sounds
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
What's
that.
that? 100 quid or something, isn't it? But
It's round about that. It's yeah. It's
Wow.
insane. Great sounding overdrive pedal. Your turn, Lee.
okay, Johnny Winter, the albino blues master, God rest his soul.
Yes.
There is something called a Texas Screamer. There must be about 100 pedals out there, all called Texas Screamer, I think. It's a 3-knob, again, tone, gain and volume thing. Now, I was using that before with the Vintage 2, but on its own, it's a clean sound. I don't think there's a lot of gain on there, is there? No, that's gain quite low, so if I tonk the gain up a bit... Nailed the drive circuits on these.
Yeah,
But what I was using it for was to just sort of show you quickly if you've got another drive pedal that you like as a rhythm tone. And then you whack the Tube Screamer on top. Sorry, the Texas Screamer. Can't think of any Johnny Winter riffs, but it adds plenty of girth. Takes a little bit of tightens the bottom end up a little bit, like a Screamer usually does.
Yeah.
And it's got a cool kind of Chinese dragon graphic on it.
I think that was his tattoo, I believe, or something like that.
Yes.
Or maybe I think he had a thing about that.
Anyway,
there you go. So next one up is the B306, the analog flange. It's got that familiar.
The B306. It's a road I know very well.
Is it?
Takes me from Bagshot to Warpleston.
And on that note, here's the clean tone. And then on the top, you've got speed, depth, and regen, normal flange terminologies. Everything is 12.
It's a bit fast. Oh, I like it. That's not bad. Does it come with a book of jazz chords?
Yes, absolutely. It comes with a real book. I mean, it's a. It's great. It sounds great.
So funky.
It sounds
in your
great,
blood.
man.
Funk is in your
funk
blood.
is in me blood. Right, moving on.
Well, whilst you were fiddling there, I've decided to set out three of my favourite genre pedals here. So we're going metal, rock, and hard, or hard rock metal if you put them in the right order. That's completely coincidental.
That is so
actually.
you.
So no ideas what we're going to sound like here, but oh goodness me! Right, let's see. Let's see what it does. We've got a gain, a shape, and a level control. So gain. Shape. Yeah, it's the Boss Metal Zone pedal.
Yes.
That's enough of that. And that'll be affordable. I mean, that honestly, for anybody, these pedals look like they're built like tanks.
They are built like tanks.
I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, but I think actually, for their size, these are probably the heaviest pedals we sell, aren't they?
They are
I mean, the heaviest in weight.
Pretty, yeah.
That's like a bag of sugar. This,
they do.
It's one of my favourite bands.
Bag of sugar.
Yeah.
Bag of my sugar. A bag of my sugar. Okay, while you were fiddling there, I just put another couple of 3 overdrives up here in the front.
Did you?
Yes, but I'm going to move on to the tremolo.
Ooh.
And start with everything at 12 o'clock there. And I believe that takes 9 or 18 volts.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
If it's the 400 series, you can use either a 9 or an 18 volt supply. Normally with 18 volts, it tends to, it can sometimes help with the signal noise that a pedal might make, and it can sometimes give a little bit more headroom to the tone. So not
a bit like my hair.
Not necessarily more distortion, just more headroom in the tone.
Yes.
Yes, just like your hair.
Just like my
You're
hair.
an 18 volt hairdo at the moment.
This is exactly what I have.
You're
it's 18
about 36 volt actually. 240 volt.
1.21 gigawatts. It's like I'm getting the Wall Street haircut.
Honestly,
from,
man, if
Michael
it wasn't
Douglas.
for this headphone strap, mine would be. I'd be right with you. It's saving my life. This headphone.
Anyway,
strap
let's move on to the tremolo.
It's a tremolo.
It's a tremolo. Everything at 12. So you got on the top here, you got tone, shape, output, speed, and depth.
Ooh.
So you can get these, you know. It doesn't go as deep as you would think.
Right on.
It's got a shape here. So you can hear the curve is more like that and softer. It's harder, it goes deeper there.
Oh no, come on. We're better than that, Pete. We're better than that.
Sorry. And then you got loads of output in as well. And a tone as well.
Have you got a distortion on with that as well?
Great. No, I'm just output. There's an output
adding
control.
like an harmonic something?
Yeah,
there?
it's really nice actually. But But if I put the if I gain the, the
Oh, I
output
see.
up,
Right.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
Hang on. Oh, I've told me about it. It's a
That's what happens.
Sorry.
Let's do a quick 30-second on each. And,
Okay, right.
Okay,
My rock pedal here. Same idea as the metal. It's in the 300 series. This is the B302 though, which doesn't go to bag shot. That goes off towards stains, I think. Anyway, let's have a little. Yeah, classic 80s.
Yeah.
I like it.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah, it was a bit Jovi, Def Leppard. If it had chorus, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? It's only got gain, tone, and level. I mean, nah, not sure. No, tone control doesn't need any settings other than the middle one.
That's a good sounding heavy metal pedal.
It's certainly hard rock, as opposed, well, hard rock. We'll see what happens with this one. But it's certainly the gainier end of rock. But again, I've got a funny feeling that both these pedals here, the metal and the rock, are 60 quid or 69 quid or something.
Yeah, they are.
That is a
very
lot.
affordable.
I would be more than happy with that tone for that price.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'm going to the 304. Where's the 303? That's the one.
Where is the there must? Oh, I've got the 303.
Oh, you got the 303.
Oh,
I know.
The 303 isn't. That doesn't go to bag shot.
No,
Sorry,
that goes
303.
that goes to Somerset.
That does go to past Stonehenge.
It does.
Although it's the A303, isn't it? Where's the B303?
Oh, that's I'm
The
not
little
sure.
side road that goes round Stonehenge. That's where all the druids. That's the secret road that only the druids know.
Woodhenge is around that way. I kid you not. There's Woodhenge.
Is there really?
Yeah, there is Woodhenge. Okay, so this is
a
a
paper henge.
It's just when it rains, it's just really awful to go and look at it. It's all crinkled
Henge.
up. It's just
the best name ever.
Henchman. So this is the delay. It's 304. It's an analog hybrid delay. So because it's got a stereo output here, you can hear it's analog when you go.
Oh yes.
And you do this.
Crunchy.
It's got up to 600 milliamps, 600 milliseconds delay. So. Come on, Lee, this is cool. Yeah, it's got from 30 to 600 milliamp. That's a pretty long.
That's £99. That is
it is
good.
£99. I was going to say it's £99
for an analog.
So here, the repeats.
I love the distortion that's coming in on the repeats.
Well, that is also because I'm running straight in the front end of the amp, you see.
I still think it's good.
So down to time.
It's got like a slap bang in there.
Yeah, it's like, you know. Yeah, if you just want that little bit of, here's a tube I'm just going to put on. Anyway.
I like it.
Yeah, I think it sounds great. That sounds good as well. Anyway, that's 99 quid. Moving on.
Okay, this is the Big Joe Hard. Now, trust me, when you see Big Joe Hard, it's a sight to behold. It's also called the R405. If you know where that goes, comment below. We have gain, output level, and mid-frequency.
It's certainly hard.
I'm trying to find those notes. Mid-frequency, I'm guessing we can scoop like crazy here, can't we? I need Ola. Ola, does it chug? Oh, I see. That's the mid-level with the mid... I should really read these pedals before I do these demos, shouldn't it? I see. So that the left-hand control here controls the amount of the mid-frequency, and then the smaller one is the actual frequency.
Yeah.
I used to know a Slash one, didn't I?
30 seconds up, Lee.
Or something.
30 seconds.
I don't think that's terribly authentic of that sound.
That was
but if you
30
want to see
seconds.
Big Joe hard, you need an R405 and about 100 pounds, I think.
That's cheap to see somebody
It's cheap.
to get Big Joe hot.
Absolutely.
That's super cheap. Okay, next.
So many gags.
So many gags.
Great name. Well done, Big Joe, for naming that pedal.
Yeah.
It's given us a lot of joy.
Yeah, okay, so it's normally big hard things they do. So here's the Big Joe Saturated. That's after he gets hard.
Oh, come on. That's enough.
Okay, so here's the Big Joe Saturated. I would take it as like an overdrive pedal. You got on the top here tone, gain, output, and then you got a model here. Again, please look at the links below for all the what do you call it? All the details of all these pedals, because we literally unboxed and I've got all the boxes out here. So this is the clean tone. Here's the 401 on the back pickup. Here's it on. And the model is there. Compensate with output. A bit more gain. That sounds killer, man. I really like that. I'm not that kind of high gain kind of guy, but
Paying attention, I was plugging my stuff in.
I know, it's saturated. The 401.
Oh, that's the saturated.
But listen to that.
401.
Oh, I like that tone. 401. Moving on.
Moving on. I'm going to go clean now with the R408 phaser. R408, lovely leisurely route if you want to just past Leatherhead on the way to Chessington.
Yeah.
Here we go, switch it on. We have speed, depth, feedback, and mix. Whatever.
What is your standard go-to settings on that?
I would reduce the speed, increase the depth.
Yeah.
Would be my standard modulation.
Your standard go-to.
My go-to setting.
Yeah.
Less speed, more depth. Not really feeling. It doesn't. I think I prefer like the Phase 90 kind of vibe. I think I just want more. I think I just want more phase. Yeah,
Maybe get more with an 18.
That sounds good. That's a rubbish chord there. Okay, I think it's only fair in these pedal shootout things that I should say I've been loving the whole Big Joe range. The phaser is just going to get it's okay.
It's okay. Well, maybe you can shoot it out against another phaser. Here we go. Shooting with phasers. Hey. So next up is the Big Joe 402 Classic. Yeah, lovely pub there on the 402.
It's a beautiful little back road, with a lovely pub on it.
Beautiful little garden. They've got a beer garden.
Wonderful ploughman's lunch.
They do. They
Big
plough
Joe's
away.
special burger.
Yeah. Here's the clean tone, and here's everything at 12. I'm compensating.
It's a bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a little. That's good. The top here is
a bit fatter, isn't it, than the vintage, but with a similar kind of vibe.
Yeah, classic vintage. You know, tomato.
Hey.
So it's. I've noticed that a lot of these have got the tone on the left side and then the gain and the volume next to each other instead of having the. I did notice that. Let's see, here we go. So, and it's got a contour as well. Contour. Okay. I like with the contour in there.
Yes. That is more of a 70s hard-driven valve amp kind of tone, isn't it?
Sounds great. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Okay, moving on. B305, which, if you need to get from Leeds to Manchester, is the fastest way to get there. It is an analog chorus with a stereo output. I'm just running in mono, but that's good, right?
Yeah.
I know they're the wrong chords.
Sounds good.
Let's turn it up a little bit and reduce the rate. It's got rate, depth, and level, so. One analog chorus. You've got to love an analog chorus. It's nice and.
It sounds good. You want that in stereo, right?
It needs more reverb. And an audience with their lighters like this going across the screen.
Oh, that's going to be a while yet.
That's a nice pedal. And again, I suspect being from the B305 series, that'll be well south of £100.
Yeah.
Although I'm guessing.
Just about, maybe just about 100. Anyway.
I like that. I do like a bit of chorus. Chorus is my favourite of all modulation pedals, Pete.
Yeah, well, good for you, Lee. I think mine would probably be Tremolo, but...
would it?
Yes, it probably would. Hey,
Love
anyway,
a wobble.
I love a wobble. Here is the Big Joe's Tube. I wonder what that might be inspired.
How many pedals you got to go, Pete?
I've got this one, and then I've got the germanium.
Oh, that's good timing, because I've only got one more after you as well.
There you go.
Good.
So I'll stick that in the end. So here's the B301 Tube. Clean, back pickup. That just sounds...
Is it called tube and it's green because it's a tube screamer?
Well, that's what
or is it a tube because it's just being a tubey overdrive pedal?
This is. I don't think it sounds nasally enough. Or maybe it does. Let's see.
Turn it off and see and give it a strum.
I think it's more gain, maybe?
I think this is more about emulating Tube Overdrive rather than Tube Screamer.
Why is it green, though?
It's the colour is what confused me, yeah.
Sounds good. I like it.
That's a good pedal.
Sorry.
You've got both vintage pedals, the classic pedal and the tube pedal. I think all batting in the same ballpark. It's it's almost like it's four very similar flavours there, isn't it? All good,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't necessarily want more than one of them. I think I just want to pick my one favourite one.
But see the difference here. It's like... Here's the tube. It's more saturated. This is definitely more Tube Screamer-ese.
Do both together then. Have you still got the vintage plugged in, or is that
No,
somewhere else?
I have
Okay,
the
because
vintage here.
I think I like that.
The vintage are great, man.
I think I like that the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Moving on.
This.
Get
the
this.
Empire is a right little box of tricks. Ooh. It's a foxy box of tricks. Two overdrive circuits. Separated into
At birth.
the A. A has got presence, drive, output, body, and attack body, and a firm or a sponge bob mode. B has just got gain, output, tone, and again firm or spongy.
Sponge.
Never seen this before. It has a built-in buffer with a controllable level on it, which is on all the time if you switch it in, regardless of the pedal. So really cool to have it like the front of your pedal chain. If you just want a buffer with just to get back, perhaps you're losing some signal with long cables or lots of pedals or whatever. And then the classic old, do you want it A into B or B into A?
Hey, A is old Christmas.
So let's have a little listen with everything on 12 in its firm mode. Humbucker, no buffer. I have decided that Big Joe officially knows how to make a good sounding distortion pedal.
He certainly does.
They're all decent. Let's see what happens if I go from firm to spongy. Yep, I like it in firm.
I'm sure there's so many more technical terms of what these knobs and buttons actually do.
No, firm and spongy is perfectly appropriate. So one would assume that what you do with A is get your kind of rhythm sound. And then I'm going to just switch this switch off, so I've got B into A. B piles in with, like... I have to do that. That's a bit over the top, isn't it? Yeah, so
Certainly
you've
fat.
got your two-channel.
How low gain does it go?
Low gain. How low does it go? Let's go spongy with a bit less gain and a slightly less hot pickup. Now, of course, I have to go A into B or B into A. So effectively going A into B is going to probably act more like a volume boost necessarily than a gain boost. Or both, I guess. But so anyway, most of you guys will be familiar about stacking distortion pedals, so you get the concept of, you know, if you stack one into the other or flip it around the other way, it'll sound a little different. And then this is what the buffer does, which is kind of cool. So I was playing that in true bypass mode. If I swip it over... No, it's not.
It's like actually 3 pedals in one, that, isn't it?
Actually more obvious what the buffer's doing when I haven't got any. Can you hear that? The top end kind of comes back.
Fullness.
And I can compensate maybe for any actual level loss that I might have in my rig with the buffer here as well. So that's just on all the time, unless of course you turn it off. But it's not. It's not dependent on the switches. That is a clever box of tricks.
That's the most expensive one.
I'm sure it probably is.
Yeah, it's about 159, I think.
It's not really king of Tony. I mean, it's doing that kind of 2 drive pedals stacked into one. There's a few pedals on the market that do that. I think it's doing its own thing. But if you've got limited space on your board, maybe you're running long cables as well, you've got 3 or 4 other pedals and you're sort of going, oh, you know, could do with the buffer. I think the Empire would be... I like the graphics on it as well. It's got 2 lions. Very British. British Empire. Land of hope and glory.
Okay, so and that makes me quickly move on.
Is it a B? Is it named after a road? I don't know if this one is.
Yeah, it's got
but
5
if it is,
something, 5
it's
or
the
6
best road.
Okay, so moving on from that big box of tricks you had down there, this is a lesser box of tricks. It's the Freakshow Fuzz, the germanium one. And if you look in the pedal cam up there, it's almost the same apart from a temp. Maybe that's a temperature little dial. I have to use my pick to then.
Isn't that something to do with the fact that a germanium component changes how it sounds depending on how hot it gets? I'm sure I've heard that and read that somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you have too. But I'm sure somebody will tell us.
I'm literally sure I read a story once from Eric Johnson saying that when he was doing outdoor gigs, his pedal would change the sound of depending on whether the sun was on the stage or not.
I can imagine that's true.
So I wonder if that's what that is.
Yeah, I can imagine that's true. Anyway, enough of that. Let's just see what it sounds like. Clean.
Pity.
Certainly different, isn't it? That's the bias all the way down. And the bias, of course, would give it more spit. I like that. It's like broken style. Yeah. I'm going to turn the bias down so we can get the...
It's a good sound.
Yeah. Trim it. Buffer off. Forget about that. Buffer on all the time. Oh, that's fat, isn't it? Let's try this temperature. I'll just dial it that way, all the way. That's all the way down.
That's what, about 12 degrees
it's about,
centigrade
I think
now?
It's
like
six,
a sort of
maybe 6.
You know, England in the spring type weather.
England in the spring.
Oh, I see. It's just a little. Got to use your plectrum, have you, to adjust it?
Oh!
Is that all the way up?
Yeah, so
that is toasting.
Look.
That is a toasted germanium. Yes.
Okay, it's almost like a gate.
Someone will love that.
Almost like a gate. If I do the bias all the way up, and the fuzz all the way up, and the temperature all the way up.
People pay money for that sound?
Oh, so it kicks in. It's almost like those, the power supplies where you got a little starving, where you can starve the voltage
well,
from it.
That's what the bias on a Fuzz is doing. That's got a proper Hendrix vibe about it, that.
It's awesome, man. Wow.
That was good.
That is really nice.
They pulled it out the bag there at the end there, Pete.
It
I liked
did.
it.
I like the two Fuzzes, the Tube, the Classic, Vintage. Was that the Vintage? Yeah.
The Vintage was good and the Classic was good.
Yeah. This here, if you've seen, this is not just a logo. This is actually a volume pedal, which is active. So
I think they could have written Big Joe on it a few more times. I think they missed the trick.
They could got it slightly bigger.
They could have got it on the underneath and on the side and everywhere. Yeah. Big Joe, just in case you missed it.
Oh, they've got it underneath here.
Oh, they have as well. Good. Yeah. What was the? You said that was a volume with a boost control.
Yeah. So you got underneath there. You can. I don't know if you can see it on the camera up there or the camera there.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's out of focus, but people will know what you mean.
Yeah.
Still out of focus.
It's set to autofocus, but sometimes it doesn't do it. So we got cut and again with the max 18 dB, 6 dB, minus cut on the cut side, and then you've got normal 12 dB program. I don't know what that means, but and then.
That's cool.
So you boost it with that. There's a little. What's really cool. There's a little light up here that lights up when it's on.
Well, there you are. Let us know what you think of this. I think that's the whole Big Joe range. I think there are one or two other power supplies that we are stocking as well, but this is definitely the little nifty cool one.
And check these bags they come with.
Oh, yes, show them the bag, Pete. If nothing else, you keep your golf balls in there.
It's like a glove when you go shopping.
If you bought two, you get a pair of Big Joe mittens.
Like that. Oh, it's cold. Ooh.
You could put that on your top of your golf clubs to keep the heads of the
You can use them as a
as
a mask.
That is topical. That is topical.
That smells. These are really nice.
And actually, some of these have got a free V pick.
They all have.
I don't know if that's an ongoing promotion or a temporary thing, but a free V pick.
That says Big Joe. They all have it. They all have that.
Oh, there we are. Look.
Yeah.
Please let us know which ones your favourite were. More importantly, let us know which your favourite road is out of the various B and R roads that
in
we
the
talked
UK
about.
or where are we talking?
Wherever.
Just everywhere. Anywhere.
I just want to hear in the comment section, I want to hear about your favourite road near you, why you like it, and what kind of guitar sound it reminds you of.
Can I just ask one question before we go?
Yes.
What does this 9 mean on some of them? It's got the little, if you look at the big ones, it's got a little crown with a 9 in it.
Yes.
Maybe you can comment in the comment section below.
That's the secret road, just the 9.
The 9.
I'm going down to 9.
Yeah. All right. I was playing this Hanson T-style guitar.
I was playing my old Fender Strat that's getting a bit of love at the moment with my favourite Seymour Duncan pickups in it, the Jazz and the JB.
Yes.
And the unknown middle one that never gets enough credit.
I could do Joe Jazz hands here, big Joe Jazz hands.
Do it. You got like, what do you call pads, boxing pads, haven't they? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Too much to jam out. We're just going. We're going home. Apologies. Big Joe, congratulations. Good pedal. All right. If you live in the world and want a Big Joe pedal, we can ship it to you. But especially if you live in Europe, I believe Andertons may be the only place you can buy it from. I can't guarantee that, but if it turns out to be that way and you don't live in the beautiful British Isles, fear not. We can ship it to you. Just check out as normal.
See you later.
Okay.
Please like and subscribe. Love you loads. Stay safe. Stay alert.
Stay alert.